Thank you very much for joining us. I appreciate you all. Endeavor to share this broadcast. Share, and let others know that we are right here. And we are going to be listening to FFK right now. Let's start with FFK. Let's see how he defended his principal, Tinubu, on the Chatham House visit. Thank you very much, my people.
Overseas. In fact, early in the week when Bola Ahmed Tinubu appeared in the Chatham House, there was a lot of conversation around his appearance, what he said, his agenda for Nigeria, his style at his presentation, which has called for several reactions. And in the past few days is also how the person who becomes the next president will run this country. It's been the conversation on the lips of many Nigerians. Let's get talking about some of these issues. I'm being joined by the Director of Special Media Operations and New Media, a former Minister of Aviation, Chief Femi Fanika. He joins us live here in our studio. Thank you so much.
Very much. Thank you, Will.
So let's get to it. Yeah. A lot have been said about your candidate, and that is perhaps not anything strange, because a lot of people are saying your people are talking about other candidates, same been saying about your candidate. So, but first and foremost, maybe I should play this soundbite to you. This is by Segun Showwoman, who thought that your candidate did not do well at the Chatham House presentation. Take a listen to Segun Showwoman, who is a member of the PDP, the spokesperson of the Atiku campaign.
Mistakes that Bola Tinubu will never make. He wants to talk about perambulation. He go blah, blue, blah. What's all that? And it wasn't once. It wasn't twice. So if it's like that, they have to look themselves in the mirror and know they cost it for themselves, and not begin to stay in a foreign land on an organization that is not even up to the status of the Nigerian Institute of Policy and Strategic Studies, and begin to pretend as though all of the other organizations within the country, Nigeria, is not up to standard or cannot question them. And I think the media must be very firm on that. We will not have anybody who wants to serve us begin to give us the impression that it's bigger than the collective. So whatever it is that Delelake is talking about is hogwash. They need to come back home and start attending events.
It was very critical about your candidate's appearance at the Chatham House and perhaps his performance.
But I disagree with him on this point. First and foremost, you have to understand that going to Chatham House is not an obligation. This is a foreign country. We're not obliged to go there. Nobody is. But the tradition is for our candidates to go there. Now, how you answer questions there is entirely up to you. There is no fixed format. It's not a school. It's not a university exam. It is simply a place where you express what your policies are for members of the international community, and they disseminate it to the rest of the world. We are not subjects of the British anymore. We are an independent country, and all our candidates, including his candidate Atiku, can choose to answer the way he likes wherever he goes in the world. That is the right of every Nigerian. That is the right of every presidential candidate. So that's number one. Number two, he spoke about what he described as gaffes during the course of that discussion. Well, it is true. Gaffes are made from time to time by every presidential candidate. Well, I think that we need to be very, very careful about trying to tell other presidential candidates from other parties how to answer questions. He went to a foreign land. He chose to answer some questions. He chose to delegate other questions to be answered by some of his associates. And he has many brilliant ones. Some were with him, some were not with him. But I'm happy that we have a CNC that's coming in, that's ready to delegate. Quite apart from all that, I think, we probably need to concentrate more on the substantive issues rather than start. And of course, you know what killed it completely? After Chatham House, this man had an interview with the BBC, one of the top media organizations in the world. And he acquitted himself very well. He answered every question. He spoke excellently, to the extent that people were saying afterwards, oh, we didn't know that he could do this. And I'm saying, well, you just don't know this man. And you've decided to believe the disinformation and the lies of people that see nothing but negative things about him.
Perhaps the meat of the conversation, maybe was lost in all of those debates, is whether or not the style employed by your representation at the Chatham House was the norm at the Chatham House rules, and perhaps the way and manner Chatham House operates its question and answer session. And the question that a lot of people have also been asking is, if we're going to have a president,
Yes.
we will have a president that will directly address the nation, not one that will delegate. These are some of the questions that have been asked.
Let me start with the second question. He wasn't addressing our nation. He was addressing Chatham House.
Can you imagine? That is the part I was waiting for. Can you just imagine the statement from FFK? He wasn't addressing the nation. He was addressing the Chatham House. You see, these people, they too serious finish. Oh. These few leaders, they too see the whole Nigerians finish. They believe they can do anything they want to do and get away with it. He wasn't addressing the nation. He wasn't addressing Nigeria. He was addressing Chatham House. Can you just imagine? Let's move on.
A president.
Yes.
We will have a president that will directly address the nation, not one that will delegate. These are some of the questions that have been asked.
Let me start with the second question. He wasn't addressing our nation. He was addressing Chatham House. He was addressing an organization, which is essentially British, an advisory group that assesses our people. So it's not our nation that he was addressing. He was addressing a foreign organization in a foreign country.
Let me ask you yet another question, perhaps one of those that emerged from Mr. Bola Tinubu's appearance at the Chatham House and his response to whether or not his engagement locally in Nigeria, because I think that's what matters the most. The people who are voting should be able to hear directly from the man who is seeking their vote.
Right.
And I'd like to ask tonight, will Bola Tinubu grant a Nigerian media a one-on-one interview, just like the way you said that he did well with the BBC?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, that's a decision for him to make when he gets back, and he will make that choice. I suppose I can comfortably say that it would depend on which media house. If he's certain that it will be fair, equitable, and just, it's not a setup, I don't see why he should. He has not shied away from doing that. What he has shied away from involving himself in are town hall meetings, which are clearly pitted against him to humiliate him, and the fact that there are no debates, nobody has asked him to come to any debate, you just have town hall meetings with various presidential candidates. But as far as a one-on-one interview is concerned, I don't see why he shouldn't, but it's entirely up to him. I put it to you that when he does that, if he can do it with the BBC, surely he will do it with some local station at some point in time. And when he does that, the Nigerian people will come to the conclusion that contrary to the disinformation and the lies and the deceit and the falsehood that's being peddled about this great man's mental capacity and his health and all the rest of it, and his age and all that, the rest of that rubbish will go out of the window. He has proved it to the Brits, he's proved it to the world with his BBC interview, and he'll prove it here locally as well when the time comes.
Let's close this interview in 30 seconds. And I like to draw inference from the answer that he gave in that interview when they asked why is it better if he's going to vote for any of the other candidates. And he said no, that he will vote for him. I mean, he's better of the lot. Those who have, criticism have come on that response also. Why Nigerians should consider Bola Tinubu as their choice.
You want me to answer that? I'll answer that. First of all, but a man that, as far as I'm concerned, sits there when he was governor of Anambra State, he was issuing ID cards, insisting Northerners should have ID cards and nobody else, shipping them out of the state in droves, in cattle vans and sending them back to the north. This was a man that has a beer symbol of Biafra on his beer cans. This is a man that went to Nasarawa and called Nasarawa State a country. This is a man that did not allow non-Igbos to have stalls and markets in Igbo markets all over the country. This is a man whose vice, Dati Ahmed, called that all homosexuals and people that did not believe in non-heterosexuals, that is members of the gay community, should be killed publicly. This running mate like that, so on and so forth. So when you have people,
I've asked you about your candidate, but you're spoken about the other candidate.
No, you asked me why my candidate felt he was better than all those, and I'm telling you that he's better than all of them because of all those reasons. These people are not straight, and of course the ignorance of Dati Ahmed is monumental. I won't talk about that tonight.
Jesus. How did we get here? Now wow. Okay, I have a couple of other videos, but I just want us to start talking from from one video so that we're not going to wait for so long. We're already here now for 30 minutes. We use about 15 or 20 minutes to talk about football. Let's start talking. Thank you very much, my people. I salute every one of you right there. Left is back to you.
Well, today is a very good day for me. Saturday, so I should be relaxing very well. Listening to a man like FFK, it's talking like the way the French people played England today. He's talking like somebody that is already upset. He's talking like somebody that is already a loser. Now, let's just go back briefly now to the latter, not the former. The last questions. Tell us why we should vote your own principal for the president. He left the message and started attacking Peter Obi. And start talking about Peter Obi. They didn't ask you about, they didn't say you should talk about Peter Obi. They just asked you, tell us why we should vote for Ahmed Bola Tinubu. You now went and say things about Peter Obi and say this is why he's better. Doesn't make sense to anybody. And now, on what capacity did Bola Tinubu went to Chatham House? Did he go there for visit? He went there because he's the presidential candidate of APC. So how would he now say he went there to address only Chatham House, not the world? Because people that were asking questions were not Chatham House people alone. Nigerians were there. And also other people ask a question if you become the president of Nigeria. So why is FFK? Why are these people just running away from the truth? Why are they not just coming out to tell us the truth? Can you just imagine FFK coming to tell us that Bola Ahmed Tinubu went to Chatham House to address Chatham people and he can do whatever he likes the way he wishes? He's not telling me that Ahmed Bola Tinubu can do whatever he likes when he becomes the president of Nigeria. He's not already a president. He's already doing it his way, not the way it should be. Not president yet. So we all can see it is crystal clear that Ahmed Bola Tinubu has nothing to offer. He has no capacity. All he depends on now is his Agberu, his group of, how will I call them? Because some of them are educated illiterate. That El-Rufai that said, let me behave like him now, that Obi movement will not get up to 100 people on the street. But what happened? It's a pity that people are still coming out to talk about that house, which is a clear matter and a very clear public disgrace to Tinubu, not to Nigerians, because we had clever people and very, very, very more better people. And I think by the time Obi goes, the difference will be clear. And by the time every other persons go, the difference will be clear. Why is it that it's only Ahmed Bola Tinubu that have his style of doing things? As an aspirant, he cannot answer questions. He's not a president yet. He has people that answer questions for him. Then let's vote for the people that answer questions for him. Let him just leave the podium. Let the people that knows it to take over. If that's what they are saying, it's a pity. Like it's already cheating. This is a big cheat. Well, that's all I'm going to say for now. So we just take it back to Brother Nice because Brother Nice was the
He's
very
the
first
first
person.
person. Yeah.
Yes, followed by Mario Chido.
Okay, brother,
Yeah,
nice. Talk to us, please.
yeah. Thank you, Mr. Najawash. This Fani Kayode, FFK, I think is the one is Fani Kayode, something like that.
Yes, yes.
This man is always talking rubbish. He's always talking anyhow. Look at what he just told that man. He said Nigeria is not subject to England anymore. So what's your principal? What is he doing there in England? Why is he going to England now? If Nigeria is not subject, you know that Nigeria is not subject to England anymore. So your principal, what is he doing in England? So these people, they just come out to say rubbish. They don't even know how to even defend their principal anymore. And you were asking Mr. Najawaj that this man hand was shaking, he cannot talk, he's blabbing. And now you're surprised that he's not talking very well. So I just want to let you understand that they have given him a booster. So they don't give Tinubu booster. So he don't talk normal now. Now when he don't enter the seat, that booster no go to work again. So they'll give him this booster to deceive Nigerian first, so that maybe if he enter power. Then if he don't enter there now, the booster no go to work again. He go turn to person where they go in glass for treatment every second. So now, so we see him. This Fani Kayode there will never take this man serious. These men have come out to destroy this APC before, destroy the president before. You know, suddenly this man just switch immediately. You know, you see the reason why they always tell you, Mr. Najawaj, that you cannot trust Nigerians. It's very difficult to find a honest Nigerian, unless they never start to the chop from this elite. This Fani Kayode that was fighting for the common man before a twinkle of eye, this man just becomes the spokesman of APC. The people we know they condemn for many years. So now, so we see Nigeria, my brother. I don't even have enough to say. This man, the only thing I just see about this man is just fighting for stomach infrastructure. He don't care about Nigeria that is suffering. He's coming here to tell us that
they're fighting for themselves.
Yes, now. So, and so I see them. We have a lot of them like this. This Fani Kayode, those are the betrayers in Nigeria. Betrayers in Nigeria. We have them all over all the full Nigeria. We have them there. That's why we need to be very careful about all those people that are clamoring today, because they don't get money from APC and PDP. They will say they are obedient. We need to be very careful with these people. Thank you.
Yeah, so thank you. We go be very careful, because somebody like that, Reno, Dino Malaye, and a few others, now the same class today. Now stomach infrastructure, that they go for. Sorry, after you supposed to be Mr. Alice, not Mario. Alice, after you now Alice, before Mario. So we just give the floor to Alice. Alice, welcome.
Mr. Lefties. That's my real guy. Alpha.
Why you dey laugh now? Why you dey laugh?
I'm happy because England lost.
Alice, what is this? They tell you say now England, I left this day.
I love it that England. If it was possible for the two of them to lose, I'll be happy, because the two of them are wicked colonial powers. I don't like any of them, but we'll see. One is gone. One wicked power is gone. France will lose again the next game, because I don't like colonial masters. I see it from that angle. I was very happy anyways. England is worse because they are still controlling my country.
Thank you.
Alice, today's topic is Peter Obi is the only who wasn't addressing Nigeria.
Mr. Najawaj, you're calm, you're quiet. You know, be British. You know, be Prince Harry now. I be Prince Charles.
Today's topic not be racism. We don't talk about racism or colonial masters. So okay. I go expect you, I beg, make you just go straight, because right now, what they talk that they affect Elvis badly.
I beg, don't speak for me, a leftist. Now, me so don't speak for me.
British citizens who are no best. Okay, let me comport myself. I laugh since we leftists they talk. I'll be laughing. Anyways,
I spotted legs.
Anything that will hurt Britain.
So another political don't go talk from back.
Anything that will hurt Britain.
Mona not forget say CM na British man though. Mona not go hurt
yes,
CM.
so anything.
If I be CM, I for remove that flag now where you put for front of CM.
Anything that will hurt Britain, I'm very happy. Whether physically, psychologically, anything that will hurt Britain, I'm always there. The damages they've done to us in every area of life is too bad. Anyways, Nigeria, I'm very sorry. Anyways, Fani Kayode for me. Yeah, I'm really trying hard to comport myself now. Okay. Fani Kayode for me is like somebody that is not. I don't know. Allegedly, I don't know if he's on drugs. I don't know. The guy is not normal with the way he treats women and wives and stuff. So I kind of judge people with their character. I know that nobody's perfect, but the way he changes over, a short time. Today he's here, tomorrow he's there. Today he's marrying this beauty queen. Tomorrow he's pushing another one out. Another this big, another one. Such people you cannot trust them. You can't trust. I'm not saying your marriage can't fail. Yes, people have misfortune in marriage life. At least not 5 times, not 4 times, not 7 times. In that when you are doing it over and over and over again, that means something is wrong with you. It's not the women. So I bring it now to his personality. The guy, he has been about money. I cannot say I'm disappointed. It's anticipated. It's expected that these guys will come like this. Imagine they are asking him about his son candidate. He's jumping to Peter Obi. So you can see all we are doing is really hitting them. Imagine this time we are already out and people are already sleeping in some parts of the world. They don't like these things. They cannot go into social media without seeing one platform or the other talking about Peter Obi and addressing the wickedness of APC and PDP many, many years ago and even right now. So with his agitation, with his body language, you can see he was reading from somewhere. These are calculated responses, which is not normal. So if it is something from his heart and if it's a good thing, he does not need to write it. I've never seen Kenneth Okonkwo reading a note to answer something online on the platform or when he's defending Peter Obi, the spokesperson of the Labour Party. Because the guy is organic, the guy is real, he's connected to the poverty of the people, he knows the reality on ground. You don't need to read from book if you are not lying. So I saw him reading from book, trying to insult Peter Obi and Ahmed Dati. He did that and he did this. And the guy was asking him, I wasn't asking you about them, but about your principle. So such people, Nigerians know them. I'm happy with the kind of awareness our youth have now. Is peppering them. They don't know where to go. It's not business as usual. Everywhere is hot now for them. And don't be surprised. Once Obi wins, a lot of them are going to leave the country by themselves. They will leave and becoming once in a while. They will automatically turn to diaspora. They will not tell you, I'm not a diaspora Nigerian, because the market will be shut off for them because a lot of loopholes are going to be blocked. And they are fighting so hard now to make sure those loopholes, like the cost of running of government, contracts awarded to fake contractors, oil marketers, these are the people behind all these things. The denominator of this world, the Famika idea of this world, and a lot of them like that. So they are working for their pay masters. So I believe Nigerians will never take him serious. The only name on everybody's lips now, from the nook and cranny of the nation, is Peter Obi, and things have not changed. In fact, this team is getting higher. The momentum is, increasing on a daily basis, and I'm very happy. Everybody, even many people at the campaign that we are not even aware of. A lot of them, because they are not big names, but a lot of them, the crowd is coming in now because everybody can see the light with the way Peter Obi has carried himself, with his antecedent as a former governor, with the way he has campaigned, and with his manifestos and everything. A normal human being will never accept Ahmed Bola Tinubu or Mr. Atiku of PDP, because Ahmed Bola Tinubu said nothing during the NSAS killing. He contributed to the death of a lot of young people who were singing national anthem with the country's flag, We sent people to go and remove the cameras from the Lekki toll gate. The killing of Deborah, he said nothing about it. Atiku did, but he deleted the tweet. The kidnapping of the train, the Abuja Kaduna Railway, they did nothing about it. The bombing of Kuje prison, they did nothing about it. Till today, they didn't raise the matter of what's it called, Chibok girls, and so on and so forth. The nationwide poverty, the killings, insecurity, the church massacre at Ondo State. Nothing was said about it by these guys, and they've been at the corridors of power. So Femi Kayode should go and hide himself in shame. They know they are already fading out. They are the very last 2 months of their business as usual politics. The end has come for these guys. End of business. So don't expect them not to fight back. They will fight back. So we must vote, collect our PVCs and vote, and defend our vote. As you are in that polling unit, ask for 50 years gap, so you will not disturb the peace of the voting. Be on your phone. Make sure your batteries are charged. Make sure you have data. Be recording things. If you notice anything stupid, send it online on Instagram, Facebook. Send it to Nigeria Watch. It's going to be a strong collective work for us to completely nail these guys. We've finished them. It's just to bury them. So the day we are going to put them in their coffin is on that voting day with your smartphone. If you don't have a smartphone, find a way to have a smartphone for that day. Make sure you vote, you defend your vote, it's counted in your front, just the way we did it in Edo State. So these guys already know that the tide is against them. I expect more of their insults. It's a campaign season. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Alex, my brother. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. Mario Gino, please talk to us.
Yeah. Good evening, Nigeria Watch.
Thank you.
Good evening to all the panelists. First of all, I will start by tendering an apology to you, Nigeria Watch, based on what I did on the WhatsApp platform. Definitely, I can't say ignorance is not an excuse, they say, because I was aware, because you have said this several times, posting of link in the WhatsApp group is not allowed.
Oh, okay. Oh, you posted the link, right?
Yeah, I posted this. When you drew my attention yesterday, thank God I was online, because I heard when the message arrived on my phone. Immediately I just checked, I saw your message. Oh, I said, God, what kind of mistake? Because it was a mistake when I saw the video. No, everybody, we are just looking for evidence. We are looking for proof. We are looking for things to convince our people. When I saw the video, I was somehow excited. That's why I posted it. But later I realized. I realized later
on the group. Yes,
I realized. Yeah. That's why I need to
way to hack people's details now. So we don't allow it at all. We don't want anybody to hold Nigeria Watch accountable for being scammed and all that. So that's why we don't allow link. Yeah. But that's fine.
It's when you draw my attention. That is when I remember. I immediately
just
deleted
send a message to Nigeria Watch WhatsApp and you'll be reinstated. Okay.
No, you didn't block me, because when you just sent me, you said you give me 5 minutes, and immediately I saw the message when you sent the message.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, man.
Yeah.
That's fine. All right.
Sorry for
Talk to us. All right, man.
I will start by saying, Femi Fani-Kayode, I don't Nigerian know him. I don't know if like the whole Nigeria, 100% of Nigeria, I believe like 80% will know Femi Fani-Kayode as he have qualities. The qualities he have is when you see Femi Fani-Kayode, you see lies, you see anger, you see betrayal, you see playing of game, you see cheat. All those here they are the characteristics of Femi Fani-Kayode. Don't be surprised about the interview on the channel. He's just working for his slave master. He know the truth. If you can see when Shehu asking question, they ask you a simple question. Your principal said, they ask your principal a question in Chatham House that if he were to choose between the other candidate, Peter Obi or Atiku, he said he will not choose any of them. Just a simple question directed to Femi, and he diverted the answer to different place by facing that he amend, saying different thing about Peter Obi. I don't know if they don't say things about Peter Obi. Can't they answer their question? Can't they just go ahead and answer their question, tell Nigeria what they want to do for Nigeria? Why are they just like why they just like to throw some tantrums
They
between
are
Peter
just
Obi and
gossiping.
Dati?
They are
Just
gossiping
to
from one
gossip,
platform to another.
diverting people's
Eh?
attention. They don't want to go straight to the question. They use Peter Obi to divert people's attentions. Femi Fanikayode is a joke. If anybody take him serious, that means that person too is not serious, because it's a big joke. And for Tinubu to say that he cannot even choose between Peter Obi and Atiku because he's the best among them, or he think they don't have the characteristic or what he possesses. They don't possess what he. That means Tinubu is a real devil. Because for him to say Atiku, you will include Atiku. That means Atiku is even a saint compared to him. Because everybody have bad and good ways. He have things that he concedes that Obi don't have, and Obi have things that Obi concedes that he too don't have. He's a bad man. He's a thief. He's a drug lord. They know him. Obi don't have those things. And for him to even include Atiku for the whole issue, that means he's the real devil. He's the real devil. I rest my case here.
Thank you very much, my brother, for saying it, Iris. Thank you. All right. Because we have a couple of videos, I would like us to just move on straight to others. Shuk Sibibu is there. Thanks very much for joining us. Good evening to you, sir. Talk to us. Okay, Mr. Chooks, you are now available. I'm going to be calling now on CM.
Yeah, just give me, I will talk next, please.
Okay, we'll come back. We'll come back to you then.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, CM, is your turn now. Good evening to you, CM. Unmute yourself. Okay, you are good. You are good. Talk to us, sir. How are you doing today?
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Niger. Thank you, Niger Watch. Good evening, everybody. Please, all protocols observed. The issue with Fani Kayode, I mean, it's like somebody whose testimony is in the public domain. Obasanjo said if you give him money, he will sing for you. So what do you expect? You see, just that in Nigeria, what they call character, the strength of character has taken flight. Otherwise, how can a man Fani Kayode is just jumping from one media house to the other, maybe defending Tinubu. The moment EFCC says, come to court on so day and defend your 7 billion aviation fund, which he diverted. The moment they mention it, Fani Kayode will be sick. That's why the case has not been tried today. The moment they say the doctor will say, oh, he collapsed in his house, so he's in the hospital, he cannot stand trial. That is we all know now. That is what he's doing. Today he's healthy, jumping from one place to the other. Just bring up his case. They will feign ill health. So such a person, the thing is that Obi is a tree that bears good fruit. So you should be taking all this nonsense they are saying. All they do is just to talk about Obi. Look at all the things he said about Obi. He's not even ashamed. You see, there are things when you say it, even if you don't know, even if you don't have a reason for saying it, you will just say, look, what if somebody confronts me tomorrow? This idea Obi said all the northerners in Anambra must have ID card. And we are those northerners. Why not bring 1 or 2 or 5 of them and parade them so that they can testify? You can't hear it. Oh, be make sure that no Igbo man will have a shop in Anam. Imagine. When you look at this man talking, sometimes it's revolting when you listen to fools like this because they even. I wish I will confront him one on one somewhere. I will just put him where he belongs. What does he think that Nigerians are? People don't reason. A governor will say, no, if you are not Igbo, you must not get shop in Anambra State. We are evidence. And he tell you he read law. You see, that is unfortunate because they said because people listen to him, some people are, listen to him, so he can always churn out this type of lies. The other day, when that same interview, he said when they win or whatever, we deport Obi to Malaysia to go and face Obi has a drug case in Malaysia. You see, because they mentioned he thought that everybody is like Tinubu. No, not that anybody can be anything. But the fact that he is saying there are certain things you do not even say, not because you want to blackmail the person, but because of your own, you know, to maintain your own name. How can somebody come out and be saying this type of thing? So it's only you that knows that Obi did not do all this. Anyway, the thing is that I think it's very past time for want of nothing to do. Then this type of people will just be making noise. Ordinarily, this is a person, to me, he must have relapsed because his dad took Indian hemp in the 60s. Evidence, Femi Aribisala, they were all together at Ibadan. That is a Fanekayo, the one they call Fane Power, was a chain smoker of Indian hemp. Now the son has to improve because you cannot, you can't do what your father did, and you have to improve to be better, go a step better than your dad. So he is a crackhead indulging in coke. He didn't know when they flew him from Lagos to Accra to go and put him in a rehab. He went there, stayed there for a long time, and he visits once in a while because he relapses. Even with him tells you that when he was minister, they indulge in drug. So what type of human beings? We are everybody. Even the Yorubas as a people, they don't regard him. Forget about he can be making noise. The Yoruba people, if you mention Fanny, they will just be listening because they know him. All he does is every 4 years he comes alive, look to be presidential spokesman to. That is what is tomorrow. Look at if you read what he wrote about Tinubu, you know that this man hasn't got any single shame in him. If you read what he wrote about Tinubu, even this Buhari, what he wrote about him, but when because Nigeria is anything goes. So I think Obasanjo captured it very well. If you give him food, he will sing for you, sing your praises. Don't be surprised that if we are like that and we decide to tell him, look, we'll name your price. Do you want $1,000? Do you want it in euro or $10 million? He will tell you, he will change. Because when you confront him with all this, he said, no, I can't be a hostage to what I said in the past. I said it based on the evidence. This was the man, this Fanika that you are looking. When he was, I think, when he entered I don't know the stage of the drug abuse he took a pen and started to write about Igbo history, mentioning all sorts of things that Yorubas are this, Igbos are this. It took only one professor of history at UNN to silence him, to come out and tell him, say, look, these are the facts and these are where I got it from. Present your own. Till today, Fani Kayode did not say anything. The thing is that he felt that maybe by talking, he felt that he wanted to ingratiate himself into the minds of Nigerians. When to me, I regard, a typical Jaguda in Lagos, like all those Oluomo, I regard them because they are genuine in what they are doing. They are not hidden. If you see a Jaguda or Agberu asking you for bring your money, or they seize your tire, or they seize your key, all what they want is that money. And if you give it to them, they leave you. And they are not afraid. They will tell you, yes, this is their job. But this one is the one that he like everything so that he'll be respected. Call him for EFCC case. Tomorrow you hear that Faneka Yode he can't stand trial. That's where we are till today. And he will come on a Chinese news to be insulting making noise. Who is Fani Kayode compared to P2B, for God's sake? Under what? Where? This is an outcast of a human being. It's even a shame that he's even. I can't even stand him. I can't stand him because one, he hasn't got a shame. He's not even ashamed of himself, despite the fact that all his atrocities are in the open, and he's still having time to even talk. If you ask him now, if you ask him, he said P2B is a standing trial. He did a drug deal in Malaysia. Bring evidence. Tomorrow, if you file this case in court, he will come behind you and ask you, they want to settle out of court. When he told a lie against Bianco Juku, the lady said, okay, let's go and prove it in court. He has to move to Newi, start looking for people. Am I aware now? To ask them, please, I don't want it. I didn't take it like that. It's just one of those banter. This, we went out of court. This man they are looking at, this is just a super green snake under a green grass. Obasanjo knows him. That's what Obasanjo said. If you give him money, he will sing for you. So who is he? Fani Kayode. Look, this is just a beggar, but he's not doing his own with a ball in his hand. He's not having a plate. All he does is just to think. Look, tomorrow, if Tinubu, I mean, I don't need to say it. People should make a research and read about what he wrote about Tinubu. It was from him I read before. That was years back. That Tinubu, when he's eating, his hand is shaking. He put it in black and white. This man, now he's gone back to Tinubu. There's where he insulted Tinubu and his generation. Now he has gone back to him to go and look for money, thinking that when they win, all he's trying to do, because he moved from PDP to APC when they were disturbing him for his court case, thinking that they just kept quiet for him. The moment that case, he will still answer it. Everybody, they all know now. If you follow all social media, this you see people saying it in a rehabs. I know the ad, but I won't disclose it. Where he goes to in Ghana, because somebody told me there, and then start making noise. That's why he doesn't know what he's saying. Tomorrow he will bring it out. They are using him as just like a joker. Just like a joker. Ask Rotimi Amuichi, they all know him. Even Wike, when they tell you the details, are all he's doing is just looking for money. What is his means of livelihood? Nothing. The law office the father opened when it was his time to run it, the thing collapsed. Every Yoruba person knows it. Showemimo and Kayode, the chamber they opened in those days, he will tell you the father. Why is he not? How many years did he practice law? Nothing. All he does is just to look for money, and then from all these politicians, if you give him money, he will sing for you. He starts saying he prefaces every sentence, but this is a man I have a tremendous respect for, and start to make noise, rehashing all this, all this convoluted English. When he finishes, he come out and they start making. I don't really think that there are things that are better that will take my time if we need to discuss it than Faneka. Who is Faneka Yode? By who is he? Your father took Indian hemp and you graduated to heroin. Is that what we are discussing? Is that what does that mean? Is that the type of character that should bother Labour Party and P2B? You're just making us. If tomorrow, I think what I will even tell anybody in Labour Party, if tomorrow by the time P2B wins, it have to make a law that we don't need Faneka Yode in Labour Party, because he will come in. He will like to join always on the sunny side. All the politics, he can never stand for election for a councillor anywhere, because he won't win. All he's looking for is give me money, just give me a budget of maybe 500 million for me to be visiting media houses and be saying good things about you. How can a man live a life like that? And then, before you know, it tells you went to Cambridge. You went to Cambridge and you are taking cocaine. Is that the meaning of Cambridge? You consume more drug than food. Is that the meaning of Cambridge? You went to Cambridge, you will write something, an epistle, insulting people. Tomorrow you go back to the person again. Look at what he's doing. I mean, what type of a man has he got? He hasn't got a name to defend. So excuse me, please. Faneka Yode is just it's just for nothing, for want of something to discuss. We'll be talking of Faneka Yode. Who is he? He's nobody. Forget that Nigerian media, they like to put people up and then sort of dress you up in borrowed robes. And tomorrow, this type of person will be coming out. Well, who is? We are decent human beings are sitting. You don't bring a tout, a pig like this to come and talk what? What is he going to talk? Let him tell us about his character, what he's been doing. We all know it. So it's not even a good example for anybody. It just comes out and say, the man I have immense respect for Obi is this. You think that if you tell people Obi is having drug problem in Malaysia, people will believe you. They will even look at you as a mental case. Obi said nobody, no Fulani person, nobody was given a Northerners ID card. These are expired lies. When you say this type of thing, even the people, the Northerners you want to incite against gaslight, they all it did not happen. So they know all these things. But when he, for want of anything to say, we just open his mouth, puts
Thank
all
you.
over the place. In the end, he will still deny that he doesn't do it. Why not go and say at the court of law?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. CM right there. Mr. Alex, I wanted to show a video here. You have a quick...
Just 1 minute. I just want to tell you something.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, if you can search for I know you are very good in research. There's a video online that Kayode was, whether he beat up a journalist or he slapped a journalist one period about 2 years ago. Yeah, it was online, although he later apologized, or whether he insulted a journalist or so.
No, he insulted the journalist. I'll bring that in.
It was very bad. It was very, very bad. Yes, and another one about and another one about his workers. Once he used to kidnap them and make them work in the compound 6 months, they will not come out. Once they escape, they will start saying their stories. We have to search out for those videos and put them online. Thank you.
Yes, we'll watch that.
It is smart.
Yes, I'll do that. Let's listen to a minute or two of his ex-wife, how he treated her. Let's listen.
Specific, he wanted sons, that he had 5 daughters, and he's never had a son.
So the IVF was to ensure that he had sons.
Yes, we had sex selection done.
Right.
And then I had to go receive back the embryos into me. They were implanted, and I waited. Even at the cost of that embryo implanting in me, I had the most violent experience, beatings and all of it.
Right. So he beat you while you were trying to get pregnant.
Even when I was pregnant with my first child. When it was confirmed that I was pregnant, it was even confirmed that it was a boy.
Right. And he knew.
He knew. And he will punch me in my stomach, call the baby. Is it because of the cockroach you're carrying in you? Is that why you're doing this? He will punch me, and he will tell me that he'll get rid of it. He'll get the cockroach out of my stomach. This thing was not a situation people don't know. Lots of people knew about it. Big names. Because whenever he beats me up and I threaten to leave back my things, go to the door, there's drama, bodyguards bundle me, everything. He ends up, because I am so adamant on leaving, he will call someone, maybe someone of high esteem.
All right. We're going to stop that video right there. For some of you who have been doubting, if Anika was actually using his wife as a punch back. Yes, you saw that. That's his wife, his ex-wife, talking right there, how she was maltreated and all that. We followed everything up. We have a couple of videos from her on her Instagram and everywhere. These are the people that you are clamoring for to rule you in Nigeria. You see, when we are talking, people say we talk too much and all that. Trust me, there's no way you will not regret electing this man, Tinubu, and everyone surrounding him. There's no way. Let's start talking while I bring up the other videos. Thank you very much. I have Mr. Ike just joining us right now. Mr. Ike, good evening to you, sir. How are you doing today? Happy Saturday to you.
Hey, God bless you, my brother, and God bless everybody in the panel. I'm okay today. Thank God for life.
Thank you, sir. Please talk to us. I guess you know what we're talking about, right?
I just came in today, but I was listening to CM about Femi Fani-Kayode. I don't know if there is another thing that...
No, that's the only thing we're talking about. That's the only video we have showcased today, how he came on air to defend Tinubu's speech and his action on Chatham House. So we played the video earlier on, so we are talking about it. So you can go ahead, talk to us, sir.
Okay, I want to borrow a leaf from what CM said. obedience should not be, they shouldn't work themselves up for Femi Fani-Kayode. Everybody know him is a noise maker. He's only fighting for his stomach, you know. The records are there, the history is there, informations are there. If we all can remember what he said about APC when he swore with his life, and that is the last party he's going to join. Where is he today? In APC. So this is a guy that, like CM said, or Obasanjo said, when you give him money, he can sing for you. And remember when initially when he was coming to the eastern state, the eastern Nigeria, pretending to be supporting Nnamdi Kanu and the rest of them, I was telling some of my friends that this man, anybody that will trust this man with his life, he's going to kill you and pretend that he never know you. So I know those things he was doing that time was drama, you know, he was dramatizing, you know. He was trying to claim to be preaching on behalf of the Igbos. And I was asking myself, who is Femi Fani-Kayode to speak on behalf of the Igbos? So now we have seen the result. You know, the lies that they brought about Peter Obi yesterday, this is the same lie that they took immediately when Peter Obi announced, when Peter Obi left PDP. This is the first lie that they took to the north. And by the special grace of God, Dr. Baba Ahmed, they have destroyed every lie that they have they said about Peter Obi in the north. We all can see what is going on in the north. There is a revolution that is going, a secret revolution that is going on in the north on behalf of Labour Party and Peter Obi. You know, the youth have risen up. People know that they are lying. The northern people, for my 6 years in the north, I know that a lot of northern people, that the worst thing that they can do to a northern man when he trusts you is that when you lie, and when he discovers that what he told him is a lie. Most of the northerners, they will never ever do anything with you anymore. So the people in the north are beginning to discover that all those lies that they brought initially in order to discredit Peter Obi in the north, all those ID card, he couldn't allow the northern people, didn't give them shop in the market, all those things, all these things are whitewashed lies. You know, this thing, who is even going to believe stories like this? You know, because the police commissioner who was in Anambra there, and the military commander in in those places know the truth. They know that this thing never took place. So all these politics of, you know, this politics of blackmailing because you want to defend your principle, you know, they have lost the battle in the north. Before, people were thinking, what can Baba Ahmed do? He's a silent operator. He's calm, calculated, intelligent, smart. You know, he has done a very great job in the north. He has dismantled their lies, and they don't have any other thing that they have to say about Peter Obi, you know, and the Labour Party. We can see the revolution that is going on in the north. You know, from the place you think that nothing is going to happen, you see what is going on. So listen, Femi Fani-Kayode is a man that every Nigerian politician know him. Nobody can trust him. Everybody know that he's only about his stomach. He's a violent man. He's a man he's an irresponsible man. Sorry to use such word for him, but it's a failed, you know, it's not supposed to be something that is going to worry any obedient, because we know Femi Fani-Kayode, he can defend Tinubu from here to thy kingdom come. At the end of the day, Nigerians and some of us, we know the truth. But we cannot stop hammering to most of Nigerians who are thinking of campaigning for Bola Tinubu to be their president, because I know that what happened at the Chatham House is a charade. Is something that I said in another platform today. And I just make a general statement. I said that any Nigerian who who defend what Bola Tinubu did at Chatham House. I said, any Nigerian who defend that, I wish him good luck. But I said that in the book, in the Bible, in the Galatians 7 chapter 7 verse 9, he said, for whatever a man sow is what he or she is going to reap. So if those Nigerians who know the truth are telling you now that what Bola Tinubu did is the best thing that has ever happened to Nigeria as a country, good luck to them. But I know that every one of them is going to reap what they sow. And that is where I raised that case, because I know that the people that claim to be intelligent or smart, or those that are following him about, okay, what he told us is that El-Rufai is going to be the Minister of Internal Affairs or Security Advisor. What is happening in Kaduna State, the state where he's ruling, the people of Southern Kaduna are not safe. We lost the women leader of LP in Kaduna State. The government of Kaduna State has not said anything. So the people he surrounded himself at Chatham House is telling us these are the people that is going to rule Nigeria. So I think if Nigerians are wise, if Nigerians are listening, if the Nigerians are sincerely thinking for a better Nigeria tomorrow, I mean, this is a sign already. You heard what the vice president said yesterday, or Shibanjo, when he was making a statement somewhere. He said he believed that Nigerians know what they want. And he's only appealing that Nigerians will elect the people that are credible Nigerians that can move this country forward. You know, the days of money bag, the days of my brother, the days of Miloko, the days of it is my tribe, the days of he helped my family. Listen, those days are gone. Nigerians has changed. But we are hoping and praying that more people will begin to join the obedient movement, because we know that from now till January, a lot will join the obedient movement, and we shall see a better Nigeria through P2B, because all of us, every honest and genuine Nigerian is running the presidency of Nigeria through P2B and that Baba Ahmed. This is where I raise my case. God bless you, my brother.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ike. I really appreciate your contribution. Before we move on to the next video, Mr. Alex asked me a video to display earlier on. I'd like us to quickly listen to this. Please endeavor to share this broadcast, and let's do this together. I appreciate every one of you. Thank you very much. And before we move on, Mr. Wala, thank you very much. May God bless you. You requested for our PayPal account that has been posted. Thank you. God bless you. Okay, my people, you can help us to share this broadcast, like the broadcast, use the dollar sign on the comment section, and to put a smile on our faces here. Appreciate you all. God bless you all. Let's listen to the arrogant Fani Kayode and see what he said. In fact, how he addressed a journalist.
I'm saying this on live TV. What? No, put that thing down. Let me address. What type of stupid question is that? What type of stupid question is that? Bankrolling who? Do you know who you are talking to? I will not take any questions from this man. What type of insulting question is that? Which bankroll? To do what? Who can give me money for anything? Who do you think you are talking to? Sorry, sir. Bankroll what? Go and report yourself to your publisher. Bankroll what? Please don't insult me here. Okay, I don't want to take any questions from this man. Very stupid. I could see from your face before you got here how stupid you are. Don't ever talk to me like that. Who do you think you're talking to? Bankroll who? You think that I'm one of those ones you'll be from who? From how? When? Where? How? You have a small mind. Very small mind. Don't judge me by your own standards. I've been in politics since 1990. I'm not one of these politicians you think will just come. I've been locked up how many times by this government? Suffered. I've been persecuted. Unlike most of the politicians you follow for brown envelope. You. Don't ever judge me by that standard. I spend, I don't take. And I'm not a poor man. I've never been and I will never be. Bankroll how? Don't ever suggest that to me. I'm sorry that it was deeply insulting. I don't often get annoyed in press conferences. I've been doing this type of thing for many, many years. Don't you ever make that kind of suggestion to me.
Sorry, sir. Thank you, sir, for your time.
Bankroll who, a former minister, a lawyer?
Bye for now.